Hey,
Hello.
what up, everybody?
Welcome to episode 31 of Tornado Takeover.
That's
We
right.
are your hosts,
I'm Fred.
and I'm Angela. And as always,
We got a jam-packed show, baby.
absolutely so much to talk about. There's some, in my eyes, controversy when it comes to the softball field and OU. So we'll talk about that. Not really sure what's going on with the Thunder, so we can break that down. Surprise, surprise, Tulsa can't win.
They actually won one game.
Yeah, we'll get into that and much
we'll
more.
talk about that.
Also, as always, we're going to give you guys a look into our life and what
updates
we have been doing this past week.
Absolutely.
But a lot going on in OKC. Some awards that we want to talk about. Some individual people who have gotten certain awards this past week. And so much more. So stay tuned. We'll be right back.
Don't know what. We're back.
Welcome, everyone, to, again, episode 31 of Tornado Takeover. We are your hosts.
She's Angela.
He's Fred. I don't know why that threw me off and made me laugh.
Yeah, because you were expecting me to say, I'm Fred. I was like,
yeah,
But yeah, we definitely got a jam-packed show. So, stay tuned. We got a lot to talk about. Softball. Tulsa actually did win one game at least, but we will definitely get into that. Babe is on her conspiracy trip about softball, but we'll get more into that as the show progresses. But Thunder is definitely, without giving too much away for those of y'all who've been watching, we are 2-2 now, and the game does start later on this evening around 9:30. Just give you a heads up. So if you want to check it out, make sure you check it out 9:30 Eastern Time, 8:30 Central Standard Time after the show, of course. That's why I told the time. But I definitely want to see my Thunder go ahead and take it. It's a lot to talk about. So
yeah.
So let's start off with some life updates.
Absolutely. How's your week been?
Oh, my week's been great.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, let's see, at work, Mother's Day weekend was very, 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 very busy.
Yeah, I didn't think I was ever going to see you Saturday.
Yeah, Saturday we literally had, because our restaurant has about 100, you can seat about 100 people. It's a small restaurant, but it's a restaurant / boutique. So that Saturday we literally had 620 people. So we were slammed. We were very slammed.
You were jam-packed.
Yeah, we were definitely jam-packed. It was cool to see the people come hang out with us, and let us cook their food for them and everything like that. It was actually a record-breaking day in the fact that we hadn't really been that busy ever in the history of the restaurant, from what I was told. So for us to have 620 people coming in there, and like I said, hanging out with us and eating with us, that says a lot. There's a lot of blessings that are coming over there. You know what I'm saying? So let's talk about this new show that we've been watching lately.
Wait, well, we gotta update them. Hold on. So we finished Suits. I don't remember if we ever discussed this. We finished Suits.
Okay.
Then we told you guys we got into Lincoln Lawyer, which was only 3 seasons with a new season coming.
It was actually really good.
We just finished it. Well, I would say we finished it, but really I finished it because Babe fell asleep on the last episode.
I did.
Wow. So a friend of mine who had watched it previous, her and I passed shows back and forth like,
hey, why don't you watch this? Hey, why don't you watch that?
I mean, we passed shows back and forth like water. Like, okay. And so I had said, I think I want to watch this. And she was like, oh, you should. I've seen it. It's really good. So I was like, okay. So it was so long ago that she has seen it. And so she was like, so I told her we were towards the end. She was like, if the end is what I remember, it is a jaw dropper. It is a huge cliffhanger. Well, halfway through the episode, there's a jaw dropper. And I'm like, I don't want to ruin the show for anybody who wants to see it. But I'm just like, we still got 30 minutes left of this episode.
Mm-hmm.
Well, when I tell you the end is a jaw dropper, is a cliffhanger, be prepared. So we finished Lincoln Lawyer. And then you started a new show
called The
Diplomat. And I woke up and Babe was watching this, and I was like, okay, I just went back to sleep. And then we ended up, what was it, yesterday? Yeah, it was yesterday. We started watching it heavily. And then, so we're almost done. We're getting ready, what, episode 7?
8.
Yeah, but we have 7 and 8 left. So we have 2 episodes left of season 1.
Right. And it's only 2 seasons long.
The first season is only 6 episodes, or 8 episodes. Second season's only 6. So hopefully, because Babe's schedule got a little wonky, so he's off tomorrow. Maybe by tomorrow we'll be done.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't really know what to say about it.
She's basically on the fence about it.
I'm getting into it. It's just I'm really confused.
Okay.
Explain. The storyline just throws me off.
So, from what I understand, the show is about a woman who's an ambassador.
Right. For the U.S.,
for the
living
United
in
States.
the U.K., living in London.
She goes to London.
And her husband was a former ambassador.
Right. But then she basically took the role.
But they want to end up getting divorced, but people want her to take the vice presidency.
And she can't do that if she's
divorced.
Right.
Which, come on.
Right, you can't force a relationship.
I don't know when this was, but come on, guys. We're in 2025. People get divorced, people get married and have babies like they're drinking water from a water fountain, which I realize people don't do that anymore, so that's probably a really bad analogy. But okay, so people have babies, get married, get divorced, like Tulsa wins a game, okay? Or Tulsa loses a game.
Once in a blue moon.
Meaning it happens all the time.
Right.
I don't understand why. I'm not going to get too political because I know where my self is going to end up going. But I don't understand, why can't you be divorced and again, I understand this is a TV show, but I'm just saying, if this was reality.
So basically, at the end of the day, what the story is about as she takes the ambassador role, representing the United States in the UK.
There was a ship bombing, a London ship that got bombed, right?
Right. It was an aircraft carrier. So,
and they're trying to figure out.
In a nutshell, what it is, it goes up to government conspiracies, if you're into that kind of stuff. You know what I mean? So that's where the show eventually leads to, where there's things going on behind the scenes that, the people don't know. But that's basically where it goes. I mean, it's interesting, but it's kind of like, okay, for me personally, it's kind of starting off a little slow.
Well, see, my thing is, had it been like 4, 5, 6 seasons, I don't know if I'd have been able to last.
Yeah.
But because it's only 2 seasons.
And they have another one coming up.
Now, the episodes are quite long. They're at least an hour. They're not like the 45-minute no, they're quite lengthy. They're quite lengthy episodes.
Yeah.
So I will say, had it been more, I probably wouldn't have watched it.
Right.
But I'm one of those where, I don't know other people, but I'm one of those where once I start a show, I have to finish it.
Right.
Unless it's really that bad.
Right. Like what's that one joint, the Handmaid's Tale?
Yeah, I really
I tried to get into that.
I need to finish it because I'm in season 2 and the last season's finally out.
Yeah.
And I was told you just have to just dive in.
I tried diving in.
Yeah, but here's the thing is, I love you, but watching TV with you, you have to analyze everything.
That's just who I am.
And when I watch TV, I just
watch for entertainment. I'm watching because I'm trying to pick apart what's really being said.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
That's the difference.
But I still enjoy it.
Yeah.
But
we really enjoyed White Collar.
And White Collar was my show. Oh yeah.
And we're caught up on Suits LA.
Okay, so skipping forward to Suits LA, we did catch up on that. It's grown on me personally. I think it's grown on both of us.
It was definitely a show that...
Because we're used to the original Suits.
Right. But I will say, I think Nancy is smart. One of my friends, I think she's smart by waiting for it all to come out and then watching it, because I forgot what happened the last episode.
Right. So I mean, Suits LA is cool.
I'm watching too many things. I'm trying to finish The Mole season 1 because
I haven't even watched that.
I've watched season 2 of The Mole.
But we watched Battle Camp.
We did finish Battle Camp. Now there's this new show Nancy wants us to watch. Nancy's the friend who we share shows. We toss plays back and forth to. There's this new show called Celebrity Bear Hunt. She said it's really good. She's finishing that. All American, which you didn't really get into.
It was cool.
All American season 7 is officially on Netflix, so I'm gonna have to binge that while you're at work.
Well, that and what's the other one? Battle Camp.
Battle Camp, you only watched hit or miss episodes.
Yeah.
But that's the kind of stuff I like. Those celebrity game, not really celebrity, but those game shows. The way my hair is
reality shows, if you
the way my hair is sitting right now, it looks like I chopped it all off, and I don't like that.
Right. You're saying though?
But I'm into those celebrity, or I'm into the housewives, like Below Deck, like drama.
No, I like Below Deck. So
I got to catch up on Below Deck.
So another catch up. Babe and I have gotten back into the gym.
Oh yeah, we haven't gone in the last 4 days.
Well, Saturday and Sunday I was working. And Monday, I ain't gonna lie, we both slept in.
Saturday and Sunday, I was supposed to ride the bike. We have this bike at home that's really the pedals. You can still get a little workout. You can. I just broke the resistance thing, or I can't get it to work right.
Right.
So I can't get it super strong, but I will catch myself riding it while watching TV and crocheting. Right. Multitasking.
So we have our own little workout routine. So we'll do strength training on certain days. We'll do cardio on certain days. And then one particular day is just like a freestyle day where we just kind of do whatever. And then Sunday we rest. So we actually started getting back into it last week. So we went in.
I'm going to have to up my weights.
Yeah. So real quick, guys. Y'all ever went to the gym and someone just took over the machine and they just stay there forever?
Y'all, I almost lost my...
You know what?
Beep at the gym.
So there's this guy that took over. It was leg day.
It was a leg press. It was Friday.
It was Friday's leg day for us, right? So
and I love leg day. Leg day is my favorite day. The leg press is my favorite machine.
Right.
But go ahead.
So anyway, no, you're good. So basically, this guy hogged up the machine for whatever. You know what I'm saying? So we let him do his thing. So while he's sitting there,
he wasn't hogging the machine.
He was hogging the machine. He just wasn't really using it. He used a little bit. Then he started slapping his legs.
He would slap the inside of his thighs, the outside of his thighs, and start yelling. Yo, we go to Planet Fitness, okay? We're not at this heavyweight gym. And
he's so I'm on the free weights and I'm looking like.
And I'm trying to use the leg press. They took the second leg press out. There used to be 2.
Yeah, there used to be 2.
And they took the second one out. And
yeah, homeboy was just chilling.
He would sit there. He would do he had at least 800 pounds?
Give or take.
At least. Maybe 500.
Yeah, I wouldn't say 8.
Okay, so he had 500 pounds on the bar.
I mean, that's impressive.
If he would do 2. And then slap himself and then do one more and then walk around with the machine in a circle 100 times going and I'm like, I just want to do my 45 reps and be done.
Right.
I do 3 reps of 15 and then I'm done.
That's it.
I'm off. I'm going to clean the machine. I'm going to re-rack it and I'm done.
Yeah.
I don't understand why do people put as much weight as humanly possible only to do 2 or 3 reps?
Well, that's more of a strength training thing. So
no, that's a showing off thing.
No, it's not. So if you're lifting weights, if you're going to lift for build, you do less weights but more reps. If you're lifting for power, you do less reps. You do more weights but less reps. So you're basically boom, 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 and then chill. You know what I'm saying? Because you're trying to build power.
No.
Hold on, let me finish. With this guy, he was having a slap fest. You know what I'm saying? They should have just had Smack That playing on the radio the way he was going.
You know that the ESPN that has the national slapping competition where you slap someone.
Yeah.
That's what
he would have won against himself. He would have won against himself. So I'll say. So we left the gym one day, and we went to the grocery store right next door.
We talked about that last week.
Did we?
Yeah, because that was last Tuesday.
Okay, yeah, because that rice. Yeah, I kind of missed that rice. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
it was definitely delicious. But with that being said, it's been.
We had rain finally.
Yeah,
we got almost 4 inches of rain in 3 days, and it actually kept looking like it was going to rain today. So I keep looking out the window. But I don't think it's going to the rest of the week. I think we're back to 100-degree weather.
Yeah, typical Florida
Our
weather.
grass is finally growing.
Now, if we can just keep our dog, I know, because our dog Dusty
for a miracle.
Our dog Dusty, because so he's turned dirt into sand.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying. So where we have like these spots in our backyard that look like a baseball field, because we got like a second base over here and a third base over here, because he has this indestructible
we have
ball.
home plate, and then we have a baseline.
Right.
And then
we're trying to grow the grass back, and it's an epic fail. We're trying. We need to put some grass stuff down from Lowe's and get in there and do that. So tonight, what's for dinner?
Pescetti.
Yeah, we like pescetti,
Or spaghetti, as most people call it.
Yeah, we have our own.
We call it pescetti.
We have our own language here. So that's basically what's going on.
Yeah, not too much. I mean, I've been busy doing work stuff.
I've been busy
You've
working.
been busy working.
Yeah.
We've been going to the gym and binge watching TV shows.
Yeah.
American Idol's getting ready to end.
Yeah.
Farmer Wants a Wife is getting ready to end.
Right.
Amazing Race is getting ready to end.
Amazing Race is getting ready to end.
I'm gonna lose all of my shows.
I get to watch Amazing Race from the beginning with you tomorrow.
Yeah, except for I can't watch the finale. So see, I wish TV companies would contact me. I can't watch the end. So Amazing Race is 2 days finale, but I can't watch Thursdays because it comes on at the same time as Farmer Wants a Wife, and that's the Farmer Wants a Wife finale.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm gonna have to watch that the next day on Paramount.
Right. Okay.
So I'm gonna have to watch it Friday on Paramount streaming.
Yeah, I'll be at work that night.
Well, you work in the afternoon, right?
Yeah.
So we could watch it in the morning potentially before you go to work.
Yeah, we can do that.
Anyways, all right, now y'all know our
that's pretty much our life update, guys.
All right, guys, we are going to take a huge quick break. When we get back, we are going to dive into Oklahoma sports because after all, that's what y'all are here for and
Absolutely.
not to hear us rambling. So we will be right back after this. You guys are watching Tornado Takeover right here on IE Sports Radio.
Your direct feed.
For all that is sports. We'll be back.
Stay tuned.
IE Sports Radio fans, this show is brought to you by Planet Jerky Premium Brisket Beef Jerky. Planet Jerky is the official jerky of the 2022 California League champion Lake Elsinore Storm, single A affiliate of the San Diego Padres. This all brisket jerky has gluten-free options, contains no MSG, no sodium nitrate, is low in sugar, and high in protein. Go to their website at planetjerky.net and follow them on Instagram at Planet Jerky. Planet Jerky, the jerky that's on a whole other planet.
Rise and shine. It's 4 a.m. The stars are still out. The sun is beneath the horizon, but it's time to punch in and go to work. The comfort of your warm-ups turns into the grinding out of your reps as the clinking and the clanking of the plates create a symphony of euphoria. There's no other feeling like it. Earn it, burn it, and take what's yours. IE Sports Radio has proudly partnered with Vital Apparel, a brand that not only fits great, but also promotes and donates to mental health research. Use our code IESR to get 15% off their comfortable and inspiring gym wear and help them on their amazing journey to support mental health. Go hard, take part in your iron therapy, and be strong. Because when your mental health is as strong as you are, there's no telling how far you'll go.
Hey there, IE Sports Radio fans. Be sure to check out our sponsor, Seal the Deal Wax Seals by Cecilia B. You just finished your very own wedding or baby shower invitations and you're looking for that extra special touch? Maybe you just wrote a letter to a relative or a friend and you want to add to their smile when they receive it. Then seal the deal with Cecilia's handmade sealing wax stamps for your invitations, letters, and gifts. You bring the deal, we'll bring the seal. You can find them on Instagram at sealthedeal_wax stamps and on Facebook, Seal the Deal Wax Seals.
For the last 10 years, IE Sports Radio has been bringing you amazing content ranging from interviewing legendary athletes, coaches, and other authorized media personnel to building tailor-made shows dedicated to all major sports cities around the country. Make sure to follow us at IE Sports Radio on X, Instagram, Facebook, TikTok, and YouTube to keep up with the latest in sports and with all of our shows. Also, make sure to check out our daily updated website at iesportsradio.com. At iesportsradio.com, you can see our daily show schedule and check out all of our show pages with personal bios to learn a little bit more about each of our awesome hosts. In addition to our show pages, you can catch the IE Sports Radio blog, Hall of Fame, Fans of the Month page, and our merchandise shop including t-shirts, tank tops, caps, long sleeves, hoodies, and more. For now over a decade here at IE Sports Radio, we've continued to be by the fans, for the fans, and we thank you all for your support and for making IE Sports Radio your direct feed for all that is sports.
All right.
What's up, everybody?
Welcome back. I don't know what's going on with me. Welcome back to Tornado Takeover, guys, right here on IE Sports Radio.
Your direct feed.
For all that is sports. A huge shout out to all of our amazing sponsors, Planet Jerky Premium at Beef Jerky. Check them out on Instagram at Planet Jerky or visit their website, planetjerky.net. Also, huge shout out to Vital Apparel. You can check them out at Vital Apparel. Their clothes are amazing. So I went on a, because like as Babe said, we were on this fitness journey. I went and did some browsing around. Great prices. Women, you guys understand me when I tell you you can't find a stylish, fashionable sports bra that is not going to break the bank. Let me just tell you, get one at Vital Apparel. Okay, use our code IESR. You get 15% off. I think the most expensive sports bra I saw was like $40.
That's not bad. Like for prices, huh?
Yeah, and like you can get really cute ones also. So check them out at vitalapparel.com.
Real quick, I've been thinking about ordering us some Planet Jerky. I think we should one day.
Okay, that was very random.
Yeah, it was, but I thought it out there.
Okay. Also, huge shout out to Seal the Deal Wax Seals. You guys know Cecilia did an amazing job with our seals on our wedding.
She did.
We actually should order some for our thank you notes that I actually need to make and send out for
Not
our
a bad
wedding.
idea.
So you can find her on Instagram at @sealthedeal_wax stamps, or you can order her stamps right from our website, iesportsradio.com/sealthedeal_wax-seals. Guys, when I tell you that they are the absolute easiest things to put on in your life, I'm pretty sure our dog could put it on. It's literally, you get this seal. I don't have any with me, but you get this seal. It comes with this like a little sticky on the back. You peel that off and you stick it right onto your envelope,
or whatever.
Press it down for about 2-3 seconds. You're good to go. Okay. We sent them all the way to Spain and Australia.
Yep.
They last. And they're high quality. Very good.
Yeah.
Also, huge shout out to IE Sports Radio. Make sure you give us a follow on X, IG, Facebook, and TikTok. Like and subscribe on YouTube so you know whenever we are going live. Also, check us out. All of our social media handles are at IE Sports Radio. Check our website out, iesportsradio.com. Check out the shop. We've got brand new merch in there. I may or may not have some brand new merch here. These tumblers are new in the shop, and so are these koozies. These are machine washable, which I really like, and they're like the best neoprene ever. Anyways, these I don't recommend washing them in the dishwasher. They are hand wash only. However, they are amazing quality.
Very durable.
So go check these out on the IE Sports Radio website. There's also t-shirts, tank tops still on sale. So go grab those. You can also check out our IE Sports Radio personalized webpage at iesportsradio.com/tornado takeover. Learn a little bit about us and especially how this man got this girl to become an Oklahoma fan.
Oh, definitely. When the gymnasts won the national championship, the women, she screamed loud.
And I was driving.
Yep.
Also, while you're on Twitter, make sure you follow us at Tornado TKOV_IE, because there's a lot of things that we have discussed in the state of Oklahoma in sports, and we can't all cram them into the show. So we do post them on our socials.
Definitely.
Also, before we move on, we want to give a huge shout out to IE Sports Radio, who is turning none other than 11 years old on Thursday.
Yay!
So happy birthday, IE Sports Radio. We love you. Without
Absolutely.
you guys, we would not be here.
True.
So, yeah.
Let's head to the comment section.
Happy birthday.
Happy birthday indeed.
Quick to the comments. Taryn jumped in and said, good evening, Angela and Fred. Have an amazing show.
Appreciate it, Taryn.
Thank you as always, Taryn. If you are watching us live, make sure you jump in the comments. Let us know where you're watching from, et cetera, et cetera. Join in with us and
leave a comment. Come hang out with us. Talk to us.
Exactly.
We'll answer back.
All right. I promise we won't bite. Not the first time, at least. No, I'm kidding.
Boom.
All right, guys, let's dive into it. So a lot has been going on on the diamond. On the diamond. You want to talk baseball or you want me to?
No matter. Go ahead, start off.
I was going to say, you can talk baseball. I feel like all of a sudden it's gotten really dark over here.
How?
I don't know.
All righty. So let's talk about Sooner baseball. The men have a 32-17 overall, 13-14 in the conference. Not too shabby. They did lose to Kentucky. They lost all 3 games: Friday 3-4, Saturday 5-8, and Sunday 2-7. Oklahoma has dropped out of the top 25. Not too cool. Yeah, we're not too cool with that, Mr.
We're gonna discuss that in a minute. Keep going.
Oh, we are.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, see, I'm looking at this now. So anyway, upcoming, the Red River rivalry comes on from Thursday through Saturday. They're hosting number 3 Texas Tuesday on the 20th through Sunday the 25th. It's SEC tournament in Hoover, Alabama. So make sure you check that out.
Babe,
I can look, lady. I'm just looking at comments. See, now you're trying to cut it off. So let's go to the girls.
so you have anything else to say about baseball besides I don't know what all of a sudden happened to us? We just
Well, I mean, what can you say? The men they lost all 3 games.
we got to get something together because we are going to be hosting number 3 Texas. We have fallen out of the
top 25.
Top 25. My theory is if we want a shot at
We have
making
no
it
choice but to beat Texas.
to making it to the NCAA tournament, we have to beat Texas. We have to sweep Texas, and we have to win at least 1, if not 2 games in the NCAA. I mean, in the SEC.
Oh no, I absolutely
That is
agree.
my thoughts. Again, this is all our thoughts and opinions. So come at me if you want.
I'm
to.
always down for the Red River rivalry. I told you here, it's always horns down. You know what I mean? So I'm looking forward to playing Texas. I know they are number 3. They're definitely going to be a challenge. I really don't know what to say about Sooner baseball other than the fact that they lost 3 games in a row.
Yeah, it's kind of.
And
it was to Kentucky, so which. Yeah.
You know what I mean? We have no choice but to win this game. I mean, there's not really much that needs to be said. I've seen Sooner baseball play a lot better.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I've seen them, but right now they're just, I mean, at hitting at 32-17 overall, which is decent.
Yeah, but we're less than 500 in the conference.
We're less than
13 and 14.
We're less than 500,
conference.
and we dropped out of the top 25, so we're not even like up there when it comes to the rankings, if you will.
I mean, I think we can still make it in the NCAA tournament.
We can.
I just think that we have a better chance if we sweep Texas, at least win 2 out of the 3 games, and at least win 1 or 2 games in the SEC tournament.
I 1,000% agree. Anything else you want to add to it?
No, that's all.
All right, so switching over to the softball.
Woo-wee! We know your girl's about to be on one.
45-7 overall, 17-7 in the conference. SEC tourney. Let's see. They are number 2 overall in the NCAA. SEC regular season champs. And the SEC co-champs. Where they do that at?
Let's talk about our past games in the SEC tournament before I get on a high horse.
Let's see. We did win 4-1 versus LSU. We also won 8-6.
Mind you, that 8-6 game against Arkansas, we came down from 5. It's the biggest deficit in SEC tournament history to end up winning.
This is true.
So
5-1 comeback versus Arkansas. Texas A&M game canceled due to rain, which we kind of seen that happening. And I think when we ended number 2.
Yeah.
Yeah. So we did end at number 2. So my thing is, okay, while the guys or whatever they got going on, let's just keep it real. I'm a little shocked that they still maintain their number 1, even though, they lost. But even though we did drop down a notch, because I have high expectations for the softball girls.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? They've held themselves to a very high standard. Their head coaches held themselves to a very high standard. Now we're going to the comments.
Yes. So Ricky says, "Good evening,
Dude,
Angela and Fred. Have a great show. Looking forward to your thoughts on OU softball draw. Heard Omaha could be a sleeper in that region.
I've heard the same thing.
And then he goes on to talk about, so Ricky does our New York State of Sports show.
Shout out to Rick, by the way.
But he also does our baseball show. He's one of the co-hosts. There's 3 co-hosts for the baseball show. This getting ready to start in 25 minutes. He said, unfortunately, I think Oklahoma State will run into Bree Ellis and Arkansas in the region. Yeah.
There's a possibility.
We're going to talk about Oklahoma State in just a second. But going back to this comment, and we have scrolling on the bottom of the screen, had the Sooners won the SEC championship, would they be number 1 overall? I am livid. When I tell you I'm livid, I was livid. Like, have you ever seen those cartoons where the head like pops off from here,
or you got the steam coming out the ears?
It like the head pops off and the steam just comes out and like their face is bright red. That would have been me when I got the alert that the OU Sooners softball team. So what happened was they competed against Texas A&M for the finals in the SEC tournament. Texas A&M is currently sitting at number 1 overall. Oklahoma is sitting at number 2 overall.
Right.
Mind you, Oklahoma won the SEC regular season, but because the game was canceled due to rain, they are co-champs. Now, I'm sorry, but that's a participation award. We meaning coming out of my mouth, want to play fair.
Right, and win fair.
I'll
even take a loss if it's
lost,
fair.
we lost. Fair is fair.
And I'm okay with that.
But to sit there and not even think about possibly moving the game to Sunday morning, mind you, selection show, everybody was going on Sunday night, Monday, I get it. But we could have played Sunday morning. For us to not play Sunday morning and basically just say,
here you go.
Here you go. Here's your trophy.
Right.
Whipty freaking do. And the pictures were taken in a freaking hotel room.
Right.
Come on.
Yeah.
Come on, SEC.
Like,
you got to do better.
We got to do better. I was just about to say the same thing.
So here's my thinking is, had we have won that game, and we were officially the SEC champs, would we become the number 1 overall seed and Texas A&M dropped to number 2? Because personally, I think that would have happened.
It probably would have.
Ricky jumped in and said,
let's go back up a little bit.
I would say possibly on the number 1. A&M did the run rule.
Texas in the semifinal. I don't know how much that comes into play.
See, and I'm with Ricky. I'm not really sure how much run rule does come into play. I'm not sure how much when it comes to the like overall runs, because you have to think of it. They're not looking at wins and losses. They're looking at wins, losses. Who are the wins to? Who are the losses to? What were the run deficits?
Right.
There's a lot that goes on. And
right.
I understand this, but I don't think going into the NCAA tournament, you could automatically, and that could have been why, okay, Oklahoma was number 2 going into the SEC tournament. Maybe that's why they said, let's just leave it as is, because there was no definitive winner. But had we won the game, would we be number 1 overall? That will forever be one of those unanswered questions.
It's never going to get answered because
we couldn't play.
Right. I think we would have become number 1, but we'll never know.
Like I said, there's a lot of comments that I saw regarding this. Some were extremely ugly, very disrespectful. I'm not even going to repeat words that people were saying online. But one of my favorite ones was so the SEC is now just a participation award, please. Like the SEC, the acronyms people were coming up for the SEC was just crazy. It's just mind-blowing, mind-boggling, frustrating as an OU fan. It's like, yeah, I get it. We've been number one for a while, like years past. We're trying for our 5th title. I understand all of that. But my biggest, we dropped as low as number 5 this season.
Right.
My biggest frustration is, what does this do for our mentality? What does this do going into the NCAA tournament? So we're playing first game, we're playing against Boston. Also in our conference, we are in our region. We have Boston, we have Cal, and we have Omaha, which, as Ricky said, and everyone is saying, that Omaha could be a sleeper.
They could be.
Omaha,
I can see them being a little bit of a challenge.
Omaha's got a really good team. Really quick, jumping into the comments. Marcus said, salute,
Mr. Marcus.
He said, crisp white tea.
Yeah, man.
I'm not sure I'd call it crisp.
It's crisp. It's clean.
And then Aunt Faye saying, very good show.
Thank you, Aunt Faye.
She said, good show, Fred and Angie. Corey. Hi, Corey.
What up, Corey?
And then we have Ralph saying, good evening, Angela, Fred. Tuned in a little late, but I made it. Have a great show. Thanks for tuning in,
Appreciate
Ralph.
it, Ralph.
Fred, I'm cracking up on Marcus loving your crusty new white tea.
Yeah, man.
Y'all, keep thinking it's new.
It's
been
clean.
dipped in bleach. I don't know how many
That's
times.
all right.
It's clean.
That's all right.
So
fresh and so clean.
So Ricky said only difference would be Alabama being a tougher super opponent than Oregon if the seeds hold.
No, I absolutely
You're
agree
right.
with that.
Because we would go. Can I see the? Yeah. I wrote it down here.
Go ahead.
So should we win out, we would play the winner of Tuscaloosa. So in that Tuscaloosa bracket would be Alabama, which we have played before. I think I would much rather, as Ricky said, much rather want to play Alabama than play in Oregon.
Yeah.
Because Oregon has such a strong team.
They always have.
But I don't know. I'm still frustrated
Alabama
about it.
Can still be a challenge, though.
Oh, absolutely.
But Oregon, and I watched them like years ago. They've always had a pretty good softball team. So, yeah, they're definitely going to be a problem. But I agree. I would much rather play Alabama.
For some reason, the bracket is so small. I might need a magnifying glass. So Oregon, which is 16, Weber State, Binghamton, and Stanford. Texas A&M has St. Francis, Marlette, and Liberty. Oh, Texas A&M is taking that division all day.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
Oh, yeah.
They've got that.
Definitely.
So
if they lose for whatever reason, I'll be very shocked.
I mean, in Alabama's region, we do have Alabama, Jackson State, Belmont, and Virginia Tech. I mean, honestly, though, Virginia Tech's got a decent softball team.
They do.
I don't know if anybody has seen the video that's gone out from the selection show when poor Boston found out they had to play Oklahoma. Those kids, I felt so bad. It was like a kid on Christmas that was like, just knew they were getting that brand new toy and they opened it up and it was like a t-shirt. Like the
pair of socks.
The level of just upsetting. They were all like, yeah.
Oh,
we gotta play Oklahoma. I'm pretty sure I've shared it a few times on our social media, on our X page, but it was just
heartbreaking.
I felt so bad.
Yeah.
All right, let's move on to Oklahoma State really quick.
Taking a drive to Stillwater.
Head on down the highway.
All right, you want to get this one?
Yeah, I'm lost. Cowboys baseball. Okay, I couldn't find it. All right, so OSU baseball, nothing too outstanding here. However, they did win the series against Baylor. They were at Baylor Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. They won game 1 on Friday, 7-2. One game 2 on Saturday, 4-0. However, they lost game 3 on Sunday, 4-5 in 10 innings. They are currently sitting at 24-22 overall with a 12-12 in the Big 12. So, 12-12, Big 12. Sorry.
Yeah.
I'm corny like that. PU player tweet they played Oklahoma through the last 4 years of summer.
That's why they did the Cobra.
And
shout out to Corey too. I see that.
Oh yeah.
What's going on, Corey?
Our uncle is in here.
Yeah.
And our aunt. But yeah, I feel so bad for those players. It was awful.
Yeah.
All right. So upcoming for OSU, they are gonna host Arizona State. Sorry, but
I'm go Pokes over here.
Go Sun Devils Thursday through Saturday, the 15th through the 17th. The Big 12 championship will be Wednesday, May the 21st through Saturday, the 24th in Arlington, Texas. I'm not really sure there's much, and I'm going to say this with the utmost respect to all Poke fans, but I'm not really sure if there's much Oklahoma could do to make it to the NCAA tournament other than to win out.
Yeah,
okay. So yeah, not too much going on. There were some high highs and some low lows this season with Cowboy baseball.
Yeah.
And unfortunately, the low lows,
they kind of maxed out a little bit. Same thing with OU.
But OU at least they've been playing very consistent.
To a point.
With Oklahoma State, it's been like they'll win and then they lose for a while. Then they win for a while, then they lose for a while.
Well, it's similar with OU in the fact that like we just lost 3 games in a row.
Right. But so Oklahoma State was ranked with like the first 2 weeks.
Yeah.
And then that was it. Oklahoma's at least been ranked.
True.
For almost the entire season until now.
And they actually have won some big games.
And they made it within the top 15.
They did.
They were in the top 12 or 12 for a while. Well, top 10 and then top 12. And then they made it to the top 15. But Oklahoma State, except for the first couple of weeks, has completely dropped out of the rankings. And it's like to the point where it's like, I don't know what's the magic.
Yeah.
You know?
Like, what do we do?
Yeah. You may have to put your shirt down.
What?
You got to stay. Sorry. All right. You want to take Oklahoma State softball?
Absolutely. I will take the Poke softball. So, they are 33-18 overall, 13-9 in the conference. Not too shabby. They did lose to the Sun Devils, 1-2 on the 8th.
Oh yeah, I was like, I don't think I finished right. That was in Big 12 tournament. So They were out after their first game.
So let me say this real quick, and I'll give a quick commentary about OSU. They also have their hit and misses when it comes to softball too. There are times they'll do really good.
Yeah, they were actually ranked for a minute.
Yeah, for a minute, and then they started tanking left field. You know what I'm saying? Do the Lady Pokes have potential? I think they do. I need to see more consistency out of them.
They're in a tough bracket.
They are in a tough bracket. Big 12 has always been tough, especially when it comes to softball.
Yeah, but they're playing against, so in their region, they're in the Fayetteville region. They've got Arkansas, which is sitting at number 4, St. Louis, Indiana, and then Oklahoma State. So they're playing the Hoosiers first.
Yeah.
That's their first game. When do they play? Friday? That game is on ESPN2 at 4 p.m. Eastern, 3 p.m. Central, if anybody wants to watch. The winner of that game.
They will play the winner of the Tucson Regional.
Yeah. In the Tucson, you've got Arizona, Santa Clara, Grand Canyon, and Ole Miss.
Yeah.
So that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah.
Ole
Miss is a problem in and of themselves.
But I think it's me personally, if Oklahoma State can continue to play softball the way that they have been playing it towards the beginning of the year,
they have a chance.
It's going to end up being Arkansas and Oklahoma State trying to get out of the region, To which, as Ricky had mentioned earlier, you've got to get past old girl.
Bree.
Yeah.
In Alabama.
No, in Arkansas. You got to get past Bree Ellis.
Yeah.
She's dominant.
She is a beast.
And then once they get it, if for some reason, I don't know why I said if that's strong, but if for some reason they're able to get past Arkansas, then you have to most likely play against the winner of Arizona and Ole Miss. And those two right there is enough to make you want to run home.
Ole Miss by themselves. Now, also, just even though we're going back to OU for just a quick second, Sam Landry, our pitcher.
No, she is no joke.
A beast. You know what I'm talking about? A freaking beast. I just wanted to say that.
But
continue.
But no, I was just gonna say it's just like my biggest concern is shall we get out of this? If we get out of this,
it's gonna be a problem. Like it's not gonna be
Oklahoma State's got to turn on the Jets. Like they have to play stronger softball than they've played the entire season.
I agree.
If they want to make it out of the regionals, into the super regionals, and at least win one game in super regionals.
I agree.
Because you are playing against
you have your work. You have
women.
your work cut off for you. Absolutely. Like I said, just Ole Miss by themselves is a problem.
Yeah, and then you got to add Arizona.
You got Arizona. You got Arkansas, who's ranked number 4. Yeah,
right.
They're going to be a problem.
So the top 4 teams: Texas A&M, Oklahoma, Florida,
just Texas A&M by themselves.
Florida and Arkansas. Your top 4 teams are all from the SEC.
Florida has also been a top softball team.
Well, but see, we wouldn't have to reach Florida until we go to College World Series.
Right. The bottom line is they have their work cut out for them.
The bottom line is Oklahoma State's got to get themselves in gear.
Yeah, like for real.
Because they're about to end up staring down the barrel of a shotgun.
What they say in the NBA? What they say on the NBA? You gone fishing?
They're gonna end up in Cancun.
Absolutely. All right, so going to Tulsa softball.
This will be short.
Yeah, 21-33 overall, 8-11 in the conference.
No, that's 8-19. I'm sorry, my pen died.
Yeah, because it looks like 11. You want to go ahead and take this one?
Yeah, y'all know I'll always
slide right through it.
All right. So, I have a love-hate relationship with Tulsa. Golden Hurricanes.
ECU, that's you.
Yep. Anyways, so Tulsa was in. They had the American Conference this past weekend in no one other than University, also known as Tampa, Florida. University is the area that the university is in. That's why they call it university. Anyways, long story short. So the Lady Canes did win. They won by the score of 1-0 against number 9 UTSA.
Hey, a win is a win.
Absolutely. Unfortunately, because they won, they had to then turn around and play game 2 that day, and their second game that day. They ended up losing 2-5 against the 5th seed Wichita State. So that ended the Golden Hurricanes season. Surprise, surprise. I don't think any of us were very surprised about that.
No.
Yeah, that's just how I feel about that. So we're going to move on.
They went to CC's to treat everybody.
Anyways, we're moving on. All right, Comet Baseball. Let's talk about a team who is winning. Your Comet Baseball they have the best road record in AAA baseball. Congratulations, Comets.
Indeed.
All right, so I'm going to breeze through this. This past week, they did host the Albuquerque Isotopes. I just love saying minor league baseball teams'
The
names.
Chihuahuas.
We'll just wait till we get to the Drillers. So they did host the Isotopes. They did lose 2-6 on Tuesday, 7-6 on Wednesday, 6-5 on Thursday, lost 3-4 on Friday, 2-1 on Saturday, and then lost 3-6 on Sunday. So they did have a split series 3-3. Coming up, they will not be at Brickyard. Bricktown, what's it called?
Bricktown.
Bricktown. They will not be there this week.
Bricktown is like downtown within the downtown.
Okay, well, they will not be there this week. They will be in Round Rock, Texas.
You been to Bricktown?
Yeah, I have. They'll be in Round Rock, Texas against the Round Rock Express. So Tuesday through Sunday. So this first pitch is probably just got off. So right now they're still atop of the East in the Pacific Coast East division with a record of 25-14. They are, however, second in the league behind Vegas. So continue to do your thing, Comets. We are cheering you on from afar.
Indeed.
Get it? Okay, anyways. All right, I told you I was going to be quick, fast, and in a hurry with Comets and the Drillers. You want me to take on the Drillers? All right. So this past week, the Drillers were at the Amarillo Sod Poodles. All right, Gabe.
That's the Sod Poodles. Who you play for? The Sod Poodles?
Poodles. All right. Anyways, so I'm not making it up.
No, it's the Sod Poodles. You got it right.
All right. So Tuesday's game was rained out. However, they did make that up on Thursday. They had a doubleheader. Wednesday, they did win 8-2. Thursday, they did lose both games. First game 5-6. Second game from the makeup 4-5. Friday, they did turn it around and won 6-4. However, they ended up losing Saturday and Sunday. Saturday 1-5 and Sunday 1-6. They did lose the series 2-4. They will host the Northwest Arkansas Naturals Tuesday through Sunday. They are currently sitting at 14-19. They are last in the North Division division, and they're second to last behind Corpus Christi in the league. So I'm gonna need those Drillers to pick it up. So
Drill a little harder.
drill a little harder. All right. Anyways, y'all didn't ask for my singing. All right, guys, we are going to take a quick, fast, short, in a hurry break. When we come back, we are going to dive into some OKC, or not OKC. Yeah, we're going to dive into OKC, but before that, we're going to dive into Tulsa FC or FC Tulsa. Their name is FC Tulsa. Just quick, fast, and yeah. So we will see you guys back here after the break. You guys have been watching Tornado Takeover right here on IE Sports Radio.
Your direct feed.
For all that is sports, we will be right back.
Boom.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Davidson.
It's your boy, Dentarius Locke.
And we are the hosts of Fast Break here on IE Sports Radio, where we discuss everything in the world of basketball from prep to the pros.
You guys should definitely check us out, man. Sunday, 8 p.m. Eastern, 5 p.m. Pacific. We got all the basketball information you guys need, so we look forward to you guys listening in.
And please do, because we are the best basketball show on this side of the Mississippi. And please do check us out on Twitter at FastBreakISR. D-Lock, where's our time again?
8 p.m. Eastern, 5 p.m. Pacific. That gives you guys plenty of time on a Sunday.
Tune in.
What's up, Pittsburgh? This is Ralph Calise, the host of the Injury Report on IE Sports Radio, your direct feed for all that is sports. Are you that passionate, diehard Steelers, Penguins, Pirates, or just a Pittsburgh sports fan? Then please join me on the Injury Report every Tuesday on IE Sports Radio, the direct feed for all that is sports. And I will update you on all that's black and gold and have you telling your Pittsburgh fans and friends what's up with Pittsburgh sports. Tune in Tuesday with me, Ralph Calise, the Injury Report on IE Sports Radio, your direct feed for all that is sports. Let's go!
Oh,
What up?
I almost said welcome back before you guys were back. That's why we're laughing.
She
All
started
right.
laughing first.
Anyways, well, welcome back, guys, to Tornado Takeover right here on IE Sports Radio, your direct feed.
For all that is sports.
We are your hosts, as always, the Nutcase 1 and 2. I mean, better known as
Fred.
and Angela.
Yeah.
All right, so we're gonna.
You're Angela.
Your friend.
Yeah.
All right. So we're going to head over to the pitch and talk a little FC Tulsa. All right. So this past Saturday, they did have a 1-1 draw with El Paso Locomotives.
The
FC.
Locomotives.
They did rally from behind. Oy. The equalizer goal came from Khalil. I'm going to butcher his name, so just work with me. Khalil El-Medkar. I swear I've known this.
Medkar.
I swear I've heard this guy's name 1,000 times. I mean,
Probably.
granted, I used to work in the league, so. He did score in the 86th minute. El Paso ended up scoring first in the 32nd minute, right before halftime. It was kind of a chippy game. There was 8 cards in the match. Sorry, my nose has decided to start itching. There were 8 cards in the match, so a little bit of some chippiness here. Sure, I'm glad I was not working that match. Tulsa FC is still holding strong at number 4 spot. They've played 8 games. They're currently sitting at 4-1-3, 4 wins, 1 draw, 3 losses. So they have 13 points. They are 3 points behind the number 1 San Antonio FC. Coming up, they're going to have 2 matches on the road. They will this Sunday on the 18th, take on Lexington SC. And then on Wednesday, the 28th. When's the 28th? That's like in 2 weeks.
Yeah.
Huh. Well, anyways, I'll go ahead and tell you about this game. There will be in San Antonio FC on the 28th.
28th will be on a Wednesday.
We will discuss that game next week before the next show. Anyways, so not too much difference going on with Tulsa FC or FC Tulsa. I confuse them all the time. Still holding strong, still doing their thing. They have to be, if I'm not bad mistaken, it's the top 6 that make it into the playoffs, which we have a lot of soccer left to go. There's still the Jägermeister Cup. That's the USLs. It's almost like if you're an NWSL fan, it's like how they had their summer cup. It's not the collegiate cup. What was that stupid thing called? What's that dumb cup called? I forgot what it was called. Anyways, but it's like their equivalent. So it's like it's a in-season cup, like tournament.
Kind of like the NBA.
Yeah, how the NBA had their NBA cup. What was it? The NBA Cup or whatever. It was like the in-season.
It was like the season within the season.
Yeah, so that's kind of how like the Jägermeister Cup is. It's new. And then on top of that, you have USL that's coming up. So Taryn was so kind to remind me the 28th is 2 weeks from tomorrow. So we will have 2 shows between now and when they play San Antonio FC.
Absolutely.
Which, if we win against El Paso and then win against San Antonio, should San Antonio lose a game, there is the potential of the standings to start shaking around. So crazy things going on. Like I said, lots of soccer left to be played, lots of matches left to be had. So we shall see what happens.
If anyone has ever been to a live soccer game, it's really fun to watch.
Match.
Yes,
I will watch soccer on TV. Mind you guys, I worked in soccer from, let's see, the Railhawks started in 2006. They started playing in 2007. I think I started working there in 2011.
Mm-hmm.
I worked for the first couple of years as a volunteer. I didn't get paid. And then I started getting paid as a game day staff. And then so I worked from 2011 to 2020, 9 years with the team.
Mm-hmm.
Well, with the organization. And then before that, my brother was the mascot. So I was like, when they would have mascot day or Swoops' birthday or whatever, and they needed somebody to dress up in a mascot costume. And like a lot of places, like, I don't know if anybody remembers Time Warner Cable, but they would like bring like Tom and Jerry and Fred Flintstone outfits, but they didn't have anybody to go in it.
Right.
So my brother had to find people. Well, you know how hard it is to play soccer in a big old mascot costume?
I'm sure.
Anyways, sorry, that was a little sidetrack. So yes, going to a match live is always the best.
Oh yeah, it's fun.
All right, so we are going to switch from the pitch to courtside.
Courtside, baby.
Let's talk about none other than those stressful OKC Thunder. Sorry.
Well,
I'm going to let you take the lead because they stress me out.
Let's see.
I was waiting on the everything stresses you out, baby.
No, I wasn't going to say that. Let's see. They did go into overtime.
Game 3,
they did go into overtime. I believe it ended.
I fell asleep during that game.
At 102. I had to go to work the next morning, but I did find out that Denver did win that game. It was very, very competitive. So let me add my little commentary to it real fast, just before we get into stats and anything. All right. I knew that Denver was going to be tough. Jokic is a scoring machine. You know what I mean?
He's also a crybaby.
He's a little bit of a flopster. You know what I'm saying?
It's not the flopping. It's the crying.
It is. He likes to flop, and he always wants to look at the refs. You know what I mean?
What's that? When we're playing Ninja Turtles, that one guy's like,
oh, the wolf, the one that burps and farts.
Yeah, that's what he reminds me of. You call him Krang.
Yeah.
From Ninja Turtles. He reminds me of that too much.
Crying all the time. But he can score, he can shoot the lights out.
Sorry. Go ahead. I interrupt your segment.
What we really need, and the game is getting ready to come on at 9:30, just to let everybody know. So you got 20 minutes.
9:30 Eastern,
9:30 Eastern,
8:30 Central.
8:30 Central, thank you. Hartenstein is just going to have to keep him out of the paint. He's also a really good passer. So we're going to have to try to contain him the best we can. Jamal Murray definitely does his thing. Russell Westbrook, even though he did play for the Thunder for a time, he's actually showing, potential out there. But I don't think they have any point guard really to guard SGA. Jalen Williams has really been stepping up quite a bit. Go ahead, jump in because I can tell you want to say something.
No, I was just going to say, and I don't.
Chet Holmgren he's been hit or miss at times, but
so is Caruso. He's been hit or miss on the threes. The only thing that
Dorst has been too.
Now he's got to calm it down because he's been playing a little dirty.
He has.
And I'm fair is fair.
No,
he's been getting away with a little bit of dirt.
He has.
And I will say as I'm scrolling through our Twitter X, finding content and posting content on our X, our show page, I do read a lot of comments from other people, not necessarily Thunder fans.
Well, just fans in general.
Or Sooner fans or whoever. But a lot of people have been calling Oklahoma City the cheaters. And I will say this as they're saying that we're always getting away with fouls. We're always playing dirty and getting away with it. Now, I haven't really seen it much in the past. But I will say the last 2 games, Dort needs to calm it down.
Yeah,
because
absolutely.
He's been having some really dirty, cheap shots. And then somebody had mentioned how he's the main one that gets away with it.
Well,
I'm not going to give the person credit because haters are going to hate. But I will say right is right and wrong is wrong. And
well, I'm not going to front, but Jokic has also been kind of getting away with some stuff too.
Yeah.
Like
Aunt Faye says she likes Westbrook. He's playing good.
He is playing good.
Too bad he's playing for the wrong team.
Right, he should have stayed with us. But to Westbrook's credit, he definitely has invested in Oklahoma City.
He has.
I got to give him props for that.
He will always call Oklahoma City home, even though obviously we know that's not his home.
Yeah, he's from LA. We know.
But he has given $1 million to the Oklahoma City Energy,
yes,
which is going to end up being the new USL Champions League team for Oklahoma City, which means now I have to have 2. Which I've already NCFC will always be my number 1.
Yeah.
Because I work there. But I've been pulling for Tulsa FC. We're in 2 different divisions. But now, do I pull for Tulsa or do I go for OKC Energy?
That's a personal battle you're gonna have to. But yeah, I mean, in all fairness, Dort has been kind of getting away with a little stuff, but Jokic too, he's been catching people with elbows. Let's keep it real. Hartenstein and kind of got some over the backs too.
Yeah,
I'm just gonna call it ace. Anybody who knows me knows I'm gonna call it ace and a spade to spade. And I definitely want the Thunder to win, but let's just call it what it is. You know what I'm saying? It's been a little bit of dirt on both sides. Now, do I think the Thunder have the potential to win? Absolutely. They dominated the second game 2, where they basically just smoked them out. The third game, they went in overtime. The Nuggets did come out on top. The last game in game
the Nuggets did come out on top.
No, they won that one. Now going back to game 4. They did win 92-87. The Thunder did, so we're tied up 2-2 now.
I will say though, that game was a slow start because there was 6 minutes into the half left in the half, and the excuse me, the Nuggets only had 8 points.
Yeah, it was like 20-8.
It was a slow.
Either lack of defense or nobody really knew how to score. Whatever.
I think it was nobody could hit the broadside of the barn if they were standing in front of it.
You know what I'm saying? SGA, Jalen Williams is balling, especially during like close to like the second, third. I mean, he plays all the way through really good. Great basketball instincts. He knows what to do. He knows how to play the Batman Robin. Well, we know Batman Robin is the Hartenstein SGA thing, according to you. Me personally, I think SGA and Jalen Williams is the 1-2 punch. You know what I'm saying right now. I'm seeing good scoring. The SGA always does what he does. His mid-range game is on point.
But wait. They're not completely Batman and Robin.
Who?
Because, no, neither one. Because in this house, we're Turtle fans.
We are.
So we have renamed these players to match Ninja Turtle characters.
So who's SGA?
You called SGA as Leonardo because he's the brains behind the team.
No, the brains is Donatello.
Okay, he's the leader.
Right.
SGA is the leader. So,
lead scorer.
So he's Leonardo. Now, in my eyes, Jalen Williams is a little bit of a partier, a little bit of a trickster. If anybody has seen any post-game shows, they see, Jalen Williams is behind SGA like.
He's the Michelangelo.
Yeah, he's definitely the Michelangelo of the group. Sorry, Bubba, you just fell off Mommy's lap.
All right, so
that leaves us here. Sit back up here. That leaves
Dort
us.
would be Raphael because Raphael's like the rough around the edges type of guy.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying?
that would definitely be Dort.
Yeah.
So who would you consider as the Donnie of the group? The Donatello, the brains, the mastermind, I got mine.
I want to hear yours.
No, but I want to hear yours first.
If I had to think of the brains on the court,
I have two, actually.
if I just had to come with someone, these two would be for me myself. Maybe three. I would either say Hartenstein.
Okay.
I would say Alex Caruso.
Okay.
Or I'll say Isaiah Joe.
Which you just took two of yours or my two.
Who?
I was going to say, and I have reasons behind both of them. I was going to say Hartenstein because he's got the long arms, he's got the long reach, which
He's
is
a
like
smart basketball player, too.
Donnie's staff.
Right, where you can hit him like a mile down the street.
Right. But Caruso has got the brains and the
Terrence said Caruso.
Terrence said Caruso.
Only because
I feel like when he's on the court, he can set up plays to kind of mastermind the group
to a degree.
To a point.
He can hit the shots. Sometimes he can be a hit or miss. One of the reasons why I say Hartenstein, Terry, is because he's a smart basketball player. We don't really need him to score, just grab boards.
Right.
You know
but
what I'm
that's
saying?
why I said he's got the long
But
arms,
he also
the
can
reach.
hit some of those 12-footers.
Exactly.
When we need him to. You know what I'm saying? He's a left-handed shooter. I've noticed that. You know what I'm saying? And a couple times.
And I always called him Batman because he wore the thing for a while.
Well, that's
anyways.
Robin. That's Robin. But, he could be Batman.
But Batman had it covered up.
Master Splinter is definitely their coach.
The coach is always Master Splinter. And that's why we said that Crane was Crane.
Krang, like Tang, like
Krang,
which I used to love, and
we still have some.
Do we really? You hit it from
Y'all saw the eyes, his eyes.
Oh my gosh!
Really?
Let me tell you something. I grew up off of Tang. Tang is the lick for anybody who knows what I'm talking about.
Yeah, but
Tang is where it's at.
Sugar.
You don't have to drink a whole lot of it.
I don't have a mirror, but can you tell yourself? And
who do y'all think would be Donatello? How about that? Let's can we get some guys in the chats? Anybody in the chats?
Rang with a K in front of him.
Oh, Lord.
I always want to call him Craig, like Craig, or
no, it's Craig.
With the N in it, Craig.
Who do you think would be Donatello?
Y'all,
and do you agree with our lineup?
Let us know who you would think OKC's. I'm gonna post this on our social
Who's
media.
gonna be Shredder is the question. And then we got Bebop and Rocksteady.
But those are the opponents.
Right.
Those aren't on our team. Those are the opponents. And I have a question. Is this savage to eat dino nuggets watching the OKC game while they're playing the Nuggets?
That must be you're thinking about eating dino nuggets.
No, I totally had dino nuggets in the middle of the game Sunday.
No. So this is what we're eating nuggets. And then we ended up winning the game.
I guess we're having nuggets for dinner after.
We're eating nuggets.
Oh gosh. All right. Anyways, sorry. Sidetrack. Major sidetrack.
But yeah, the game is coming on in about 10 minutes. So make sure y'all check that out. I knew that Denver was going to be tough. I mean, they were the champs, 2 seasons ago?
Yeah.
Like I said, Jokic is a scoring machine. He's just soft.
Well, and here's my thing is we're not going to lose. Shall we win this series? We're going to go against Minnesota at Golden State, the winner of that.
Yeah.
Right? I'm not.
No, absolutely.
Okay. I just wanted to make sure I was not had the right.
Anthony Edwards is a beast.
Well, see, my personal opinion, should we win this series, I would much rather us face Minnesota
Than Golden State.
Because you can beat up one person, you can't beat up 5.
Right.
If you look at the stars, the people, yes, Minnesota is more than Anthony Andrews. I almost said Anderson.
Anthony Edwards.
More than Anthony Edwards. I understand that. You have a string in your shirt. Anyways, more than Anthony Edwards. I understand that.
They are. And they're actually a really good team.
However, you also have Golden State now with
Steph.
Jimmy Butler, who's the big one, because once he got there, he learned how to play basketball again.
Yeah, the right way.
You got whiny pants, Draymond. I mean, you don't have the Klay Thompson anymore. You don't have the KD anymore. But you still have a strong team compared to.
They made it to the playoffs.
Yeah.
So they still have. They're still a threat, and Steph Curry is the best shooter. We can pretty much shoot over anybody.
I just personally would rather play
Minnesota than Golden State. Should we get out of this? Mind y'all, I read at the beginning of the season, according to Yahoo Sports, they said that the finals was going to be between OKC and Boston. We shall see, because Boston is now without Jason Tatum. Ooh, and that is a big, big hit.
Yeah. So I was actually really looking forward to that matchup for the final.
If that happens, we definitely have a shot. Now, don't get me wrong, they still got Jaylen Brown.
There's still a path.
You still got Drew Holiday.
Get to it.
You know what I mean? I mean, granted, but if it is OKC and Boston, and if Jason Tatum is out, yeah.
Oh, and by the way, so NBA lottery for draft was last night or yesterday. The Thunder do have in the first round. This is first round only. The 15th pick from LA, from the Clippers via Miami. And we also have the 24th pick via the Clippers. So 15th pick, 24th pick. I'm not going to get on my soapbox because
we'll be here all night. But I think that I'm just going to say this, keep it short, sweet, and comment how you feel. You do what you want. Yeah.
But I think that the way that the NFL draft is held, how basically the worst team in the league gets the first pick, the best team, the winners get the last pick, is how, all drafts should go. I don't like this lottery. It's by chance. It's by hope. It's by living on a prayer.
It gives the worst team a fighting chance.
Right.
You know what I mean? To give them a chance.
But you got teams like Dallas now, who's got the number 1 pick, but you got people like Utah and DC and the Wizards, who are god-awful trash. Pardon me if those are your teams, no disrespect. But they're sitting down, where are they? Way down in the line. And it's like Utah's pick is number 5, and the Wizards are number 6. But in the meantime, you've got Dallas, San Antonio, and Philly, and Charlotte. Not saying that those teams don't need help either, but I'm just saying I think so. We quit hearing this rigged phrase. Everything's rigged.
Right.
Anyways, that's mine.
And they tried to say that about the Thunder, but there's not really much else I have to say about it. Definitely look forward to the game. I will be watching it. We will be enjoying our dinner tonight. And hope you guys are enjoying yourself. Thank you for hanging out with us. Anything else to add?
Yeah, actually, there's a couple of shout outs that we want.
Oh, yeah, definitely. Absolutely.
To make some huge congratulations to some people. Oh, excuse me. Pardon me. So Mackenzie Estep is your, this is women's gymnastics, OU women's gymnastics. She is your 2025 DP National Vault and Bars champion. She did get a perfect 10 on vault. So huge congratulations.
Indeed.
Women's gymnastics did post that that's our future Sooner. So I'm not really sure if she is currently
a Sooner
on the team or if she will be making it. but she was in a Sooner leotard, so I'm assuming she is a Sooner. Anyways, in Oklahoma rowing, our 1v8 brought home bronze for the first ever SEC Rowings Championship. So 3rd place in Rowings Championship in the SEC, and the first ever SEC. So congratulations to those ladies. I had some weightlifting news, wrestling news, but I don't know what happened to that. Closing out an incredible career. Our girl Jordan Bowers.
Shout out to Jordan Bowers.
Did get the highest honor by winning the Honda Sport Award. I literally have chills. Huge congratulations to Jordan Bowers.
Definitely.
The worst thing is once you leave college gymnastics, that's it.
Yeah.
Like there's no professional gymnastics except for the Olympics. And most of those are still in their collegiate time frame. Anyways, so also huge. We have posted this on our X, and my personal social media. Huge congratulations to Oklahoma's, University of Oklahoma's Boomer, as well as the Tulsa Drillers Hornby. Those 2 mascots have been named on the ballot for the 2025 Mascot Hall of Fame. You can vote at the mascothalloffame.com. You can vote now. It started, I think, a few days ago. Once a day, every 24 hours, using the same digital platform. So if you use your phone, you can use your phone every 24 hours. You can use your phone, your computer, et cetera, et cetera. If you know how to hack a system, you could probably vote more. There were, I forgot how many teams. Let me see if I can quickly count. Just gonna name who was nominated. The Leprechaun from the Leprechaun from Notre Dame. Again, Hornsby for the Tulsa Drillers. Cocky from the University of South Carolina. Albert from the University of Florida. Toro from the Houston Texans. Homer the Dragon from the Charlotte Knights. Loco from the Altona Curve. It's a minor league team. Woolly Bull, special place in my heart, from the Durham Bulls. Sparky from Michigan State. Mrs. Met from the New York Mets. Mr. Met is already in the Hall of Fame. The Parrot, the Pittsburgh Pirate. Sebastian the Ibis from the University of Miami. Wally the Green Monster from Boston Red Sox. Stanford Tree from the Stanford University. Harvey the Hound from the Calgary Flames. Cincy Bearcat from the University of Cincy. The Oregon Duck from the University of Oregon. Melvin from Lehigh Valley Phantoms, which is an AHL team. Stuff the Magic Dragon from the Orlando Magic. Goldie Gopher from the University of Minnesota. S.J. Sharkey from the San Jose Sharks. Hugo the Hornet from the Charlotte Hornets. I don't think Hugo is the same guy I used to know that was Hugo. Bernie Brewer for the Milwaukee Brewers. Cosmo Cougar, which if you've ever seen the BYU Cosmo Cougar do any of his amazing stunts, I'm not sure how he was not first team, first ballot, first in there. Him and the Philly Fanatic, top 2 mascot icons in my eyes. Blitz, the Seattle Sea Chickens, again, Boomer from the University of Oklahoma, Freebird from the St. Louis Cardinals, and Big Al from the University of Alabama were all named to the ballot. Make sure you go and vote. Like I said, it is very important. We want to see both Boomer and we want to see Hornsby in there. I think that's it. There's a couple of other that I wanted to congratulate. Oklahoma State women's tennis team is heading to Waco, Texas. They did win out in their region. So they beat Oklahoma. I forgot who else they beat in Oklahoma State. It was basically like a walk-off in tennis. to win their region. So they're heading to Waco. So we will keep an eye out on them. Anything else you would like to add?
No, not at all. I think that covers it. Thank you guys for hanging out with us as always. Congratulations to everybody. Shout out to everyone who came in the comments and hung out with us for a little bit.
Absolutely. No, I was just going to say huge congratulations to everyone that we listed. Make sure you check out our social media, our X account, because we post those as they come about. I know a couple of Oklahoma wrestlers who did some matches and belts. So congratulations to Oklahoma Pro for and again on our social media are here. But yeah, thank you guys so much, each and every one of you, taking time out of your day to watch.
So hang out with us for a little bit.
The Thunder game is tipped off, and I gotta go cook dinner. My husband got this up. So you guys hope everyone has a blessed and happy week. And we'll see you guys back here next week.
The Lord willing, and the creek go right.
You guys watch the right here on IE Sports Radio. For all that happy birthday, IE Sports Radio. All right, guys. Love you guys.
Love you. Hey.